All right, here we go with enemy number one and rule number one. The first enemy is misunderstanding. What happens so frequently in these organizational change initiatives is that our natural reaction with as human beings is to whenever we hear something that's negative, bad, whatever that we could be involved in or not, is we tend to our natural reaction is to defend ourselves, to deny it, to deflect it, to dismiss it, to diminish it. Whatever the thing is that we hear that might be critical of us in some way, we do one of those things. And we're trying to pivot and get around it, maybe instead of accepting it. Or what you'll notice about each one of those mistakes that we can make, whether it's defend, deny, deflect, dismiss, diminish, all of those are speaking actions. Those are all reactions that we make with our mouths. And so the first rule to eliminate misunderstanding is to listen first, to seek understanding first. We tend to want to jump in and give our perspective, but I'll tell you the best thing you can do is to listen first. Instead of reacting and acting, in response to and speaking in response to, pause, take a deep breath, go to the source of this information, whatever, and listen. Be curious by asking really good questions, okay? Clarifying questions. Start by saying to somebody, if you hear something and you get defensive about it, start by saying, hey, I saw or heard this. Help me understand. That's one of my favorite statements. Help me understand. Like, help me understand. Tell me what you meant or what was happening here. Help me understand this. Reflect back then when somebody's sharing, just listen. Pay good attention for the thought, the feeling, right, that they're having and the impact that's having on somebody and reflect that back to them. Say, so I think I hear you saying this, right? And what you're looking to do is to confirm that you actually do understand. I see people all the time act as if something's true when that isn't actually true. Or we spiral and think that something's true and we get all worked up about it and it turns out it's not actually true. So seek to truly understand, show empathy for that person's situation before you respond. And what you'll find is they'll soften considerably, right? If they feel like you understand them and you can conclude a conversation by saying, hey, I think what I'm hearing you say is this, that when I did this the other day and I didn't email that to you ahead of time before telling everybody, you got frustrated. You felt like I was trying to intentionally cut you out of the communication. And you felt like I didn't value you as a person or value your position, right? I was trying to go around you in some way. Is that how you felt? Like, yeah. And if they feel like you understand them, it's amazing how much softer they feel. And then you can say, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was actually told by so and so to do this. They told me not to let anybody else know until the email went out. So I'm, or whatever the explanation is, wait till then. Okay. I'll tell you a good story about this. Listening is such a tremendously important skill that you need to have in order to be successful in life in general. And most people in life are never trained on how to do it at all. In fact, we're so prone to misunderstanding that I can tell you my training as a professional has to do with some counseling and psychology and coaching certifications, all that kind of stuff, all about listening. And so much of my job really is truthfully listening to people all day long and employing this listening skill and repeating back what I think I'm hearing. And people at one point thought, yeah, I don't know how important that actually is. Somebody challenging me, a place I'm coaching 30 people a week. And so I paid attention for a week and a half. I thought, you know what, I'm going to check and see. I'm reflecting back all the time when I'm listening to people, what I think I'm hearing and asking them to confirm if I'm right or not, because that's part of the discipline of doing it. And I should be really good at this, right? And so I kept notes of how many times I reflected back. It was well over 100 times. And what I found is what I would say. So I think what I'm hearing you say is this. Does that sound right? That 57% of the time, people would say, yeah, I think that's about right. But 43% of the time, people go, no, 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 that's not it. Or, no, not really. It's really about this. And so when I tell people this, I would say, how good do you think I am at listening? And they'd say, oh, man, I feel like you do that all the time. You're great. You're always reflecting back. I feel like you really understand me. I said, how accurate do you think I am when I reflect back? Turns out it's just a little bit better as a professional. It's a little bit better than half of the time. So if it's really important to me to do in my job, it's really important to others who haven't been as trained. So it's important that we go, hey, is this right? Is this what I'm hearing? Let me just confirm that. When we understand, it eliminates so many barriers. So take the time to pause before responding and reacting and speaking. and listen, right? Listen first. You will get rid of all kinds of misunderstanding. You save yourself and a ton of other people a lot of trouble. Do that well, and your organization will be a whole lot healthier, and so will your life and team.